Welcome back to Crime Chats. Tiny room, microphone, endless crimes.
Yeah. So Diane Downs is who we're talking about.
Yes.
Yes. Awesome. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Diane Downs, come on down. Sorry.
She's something else.
I'm excited.
We also are getting into Mother's Day season.
Oh, yeah.
Which is kind of a double doozy of why I chose this one today. Because I know next month, May, some of our episodes will be focused on murderous mothers and stuff like that. So here's one for you today.
Not all moms are good moms. That's my theme of the... That reminds me of that nurse that when...
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So I was in the ER a couple weeks ago, and Lisa came to be a best friend, and she just sat with me. And there was a TV show on, I think it was a TV show, right? Yeah, it wasn't the news, it was a TV show.
It was about... No, it was a news thing. She was going on trial or something.
Okay,
yeah.
it was. Yeah. Okay, yeah. And Lisa made just a passing comment while the nurse was in there checking vitals or doing something on me, and Lisa just, to me, not to the nurse, said, "Not all moms are good moms," referencing that clip on the TV. Nurse is wheeling her little happy self out of the room, and she
was like, "Not all moms have access to good mental health care." I was like...
kind of under her breath, but definitely pointed at Lisa, and I was like,
okay. I mean, to be fair to me, I don't know what this mom had going on, but she is going on trial for leaving her newborn outside in the cold to freeze to death.
Deliberately.
Yeah. Just so we're clear, this is what we saw and what I made the comment.
It was a quick, just 5-second scene on the TV. Lisa made a comment to me. Nurse was not the best nurse, gotta say, but...
And I hear about stuff like that, but then to experience it, I was like, oh, where am I?
Well, it was kind of quiet for a minute, and I looked at Lisa, and she didn't say anything. And...
Yeah, no, I wasn't gonna apologize.
No. But I thought we had a moment of okay.
Yeah, but
but nothing was said until, I don't know, a few minutes later.
The nurse left, and I was like, did you see that shit?
And I was like,
Anyway, sorry not to take away from the case that we're doing today.
But also, I mean, mental health, that's not also to downplay the need for mental health and the lack of accessibility to it, because yes, I agree with that as well.
Yeah.
That wasn't the point of the comment.
Yeah.
Just saying.
I just, we were talking about a few weeks ago, you did something wrong and you did something bad.
Yes.
Right? So,
there are repercussions.
You can have lots of things going on in your brain, but, you shouldn't be able to just leave your newborn out in the cold because you have mental health problems. Mm-hmm. Anyway.
Or to be able to get away with it.
All right. Well, let's get into it. I can't believe I'd never heard about this because of your reaction to the fact that I'd never heard about this.
It's one of those, people talk about it all the time. I'm really surprised. I'm very surprised you haven't heard of Diane Downs. But I'm excited in a really weird way.
It's possible I have. I just don't, I'm not good with the names.
So, my problem with Diane Downs in research right now is there's a bunch. Because it's an old, I'm so sorry, it's not old. Old in terms of today crimes. The 80s are not old, I promise you. I'm not one of these people. But to find evidentiary quality documents and things was kind of difficult because there's so much bias in a lot of it. I thought that was really weird.
Yeah.
When I was reading court documents, there was clear bias and you could tell who wrote it, which side wrote it.
Oh, yeah.
Based on the language of it.
I mean, that's the thing is you're never going to escape that. There's always going to be I mean, it's like the news, right? Like I want the news. I want the person on the news to just look at me and tell me, "Hey, Lisa, this happened today."
Right.
Credits.
Be objective.
That's it. That's it. I just want to know what happened.
No theatrical voices.
I don't want to know how you felt about what happened. I don't want to know what other people felt about what happened.
So you want a psychopath? You want a psychopath to tell you the news?
I want a psychopathic news anchor, okay? That's all I want. That's all I want.
Void of emotion.
Psychopathic news anchor that doesn't come after me or my family.
Sounds great.
That's all I want.
Let's get on that. That's what we should be rehabilitating in the jails. Get all the psychopaths on becoming news anchors.
Yes.
You can revisit society when...
Yeah, because they learned other jobs. Yeah, they should be the ones giving, like, the news of the prison, right? Like, the... Today in prison...
I just think of, like, the school... like, teacher mode, right? The school does those things, like, to help the kids get... what is that? Anxiety, crap, whatever.
O'Connor did that.
Yeah. Like, do it in the jail cells, too. Let them have that. Anyways, okay. Rabbit hole. So, Diane Downs. Setting the scene.
Okay.
Close your eyes. You're a mom. You're going to be put in the shoes of mom. I'm sorry today you're the bad mom. I'm really sorry.
Okay.
So, imagine you're in your car. You're driving down a dark, isolated road late at night to go visit a friend and see the sights at 10 p.m. Your three young children are in the back seat sleeping because it's 10 p.m. Now imagine telling the police that a random man stepped into the road, flagged you down, and you stopped to help him, only to find he has a gun and he shoots you and your three children.
Oh no.
Now wake up, because that's all a lie. None of it's true. Today's case is about Diane Downs.
I haven't heard of this before, by the way.
Oh, buddy, we're in for a treat. All right. I don't have words. I wrote a lot, and it was just kind of like I kept writing because she's impossible to fit in like a 2-sentence summary. She's impossible. It's impossible. So I want to introduce just basics: when, where, and who. Kind of basic people, places, stuff. May 19th, 1983 was when the shooting happened. Where? We're in Eugene, Oregon.
I've never heard of that place.
Oregon?
No, Eugene.
Okay. Well, it's this state in our country on the West Coast.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
No, I've heard of Oregon, just to be clear with everybody.
Got it. Okay.
I have heard of Oregon.
So Oregon doesn't really have a whole lot of limelight anyways. I just kind of think of like forests and pretty.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's kind of all I
pretty.
see. Yeah, in my head. I've never been, but that's kind of what I depict in my head.
I like forests.
Okay, so who's involved? I'm sorry, but she's also taken your name. Her first name, officially, birth when she was born, mom named her Elizabeth. Elizabeth Diane, married name Downs. So I didn't get any information on why she goes by Diane, but she goes by Diane. So Elizabeth Diane Downs, born 1955 in Arizona. She was raised in a very strict religious household, which, again, I didn't really see a whole lot of weight on that, but a lot of times you could argue, I guess, that people will say, well, it's her upbringing that made her this way, or you know, all that kind of stuff. Yeah. If they weren't so this, then she wouldn't be that, you know, that kind of nonsense.
Yeah.
You do the thing you're responsible for. I'm sorry. You can't blame your parents forever.
Yeah.
You just can't. You're a grown adult. Deal with it.
Yeah.
She was described, she's still alive, as intelligent, socially awkward, and emotionally disconnected. Which immediately when I saw that, I was like, I have my book. I want to so bad, but I was like, I must first write the whole thing and do all the things, and then I'll go into here and do my whole, what I think, and what doctors have thought. She married really young.
Okay.
So she married in the mid-70s. So she was young. I didn't get it, like, her age, but was young.
Okay.
She married Steve Downs. And they had 3 children. Christy, Cheryl, and Danny. So Diane marries Steve And their marriage doesn't last too long. Now, Diane's the villain in this story, 1,000,000%. Okay. However, Steve's not a great guy. Okay. There are a bunch of domestic violence reports where he holds like an empty gun to her head, threatening her, and like he's not a good guy either. So I don't want that picture to be like, why are the kids with him? You know, that kind of thing. The children should have been with a different family, in my opinion. Yeah. Neither parent was safe, but they did get divorced in 1980, I believe. Yes.
So all of these 3 children are his?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. So they were married for less than 10 years. Okay. Diane's friends describe her as attention-seeking, deceitful, so she lies a lot. And
I feel like those 2 things go hand in hand.
I agree. Because...
like, you want attention, so you're going to embellish to get that attention.
And she's emotionally disconnected, so back to that. Which is an interesting... Just keep that in mind, because I have some video clips for everybody in a little bit where I'll let you be the judge, but you'll see my face.
And mine.
Steve is quoted in court documents referencing his doubt about the mental capacity of Diane to care for the children. So after they were divorced and, looking into custody and things of the kids, clearly he wasn't a safe option, but he was also saying, she's not either, look at how she is. Yeah. So we have a lot of court documents showing his record, Steve's, but it was almost like he knew who he was. So it wasn't like he was denying that, but he's also like, she's no better, not for the same reasons, but she needs help. She shouldn't be around these kids. But it was the 80s. They're like, mom knows best. Give the kids to mom. I'm sure they'd said something a lot more, whatever, legalistic and everything. Yeah. But kids went to mom. Ultimately, single parenting 3 kids for a few years. Diane, in all of the characteristics that we've been described already as what she is, she gets bored being alone, without adults around.
Hey, small kids are boring sometimes.
Or annoying, or you want an adult. Understandable.
I'm a stay-at-home mom. I am desperate for some stay-at-home mom friends. Desperate. So it was Holly's birthday party on Saturday, and there was this mom that I'd never met before, like, she was there with, like, her kid that's Holly's friend. And I was like, oh, what do you guys do? And then she was like, well, he works in the oil field, and I'm a stay-at-home mom. My ears perked up so fast. I was like, hey, hi, like, come here often. Yeah. It's one of those, because it's such a rarity these days, so, like, anytime that I, like, meet one, I'm like, oh, you too, me too. Oh, my God. Like, let's do this together, because that's all I want anyway.
New best friend. So, Diane, in her adult boredom, decides to start fooling around with men. She chooses married men because she's Diane.
And she loves the drama.
Yeah, she likes the attention. Yeah. And the secrecy and, all that kind of stuff is what is deduced from, all these records and accounts and everything. This guy, Robert Knickerbocker.
Knickerbocker.
I knew it. I didn't want to, lead you to say it, but I was like, I love his last name.
Knickerbocker? Mr. Knickerbocker. Like, how do you take... how is he supposed to be taken seriously ever? Yeah. Just Mr. Knickerbocker. I would just laugh every time. There's no...
Guess what he goes by, though? The name he chose to go by. Not Robert.
Nick?
Nick!
Oh, I got it right.
Nick Knickerbocker. It's just... I'm sorry. I know you don't get to choose your name.
It's redundant, though. Just go by Knickerbocker.
Right.
Right? Not Nick Knickerbocker.
Or
that makes my
Robert.
brain itch. Yeah.
That name you were given. I don't know.
It's
whatever. Anyways, Robert, or Nick, we'll call him Nick because that's what he goes by.
Or Dick. Dick is also...
That is true. A derivative of Robert.
Yeah. Which I don't understand that either.
I don't either.
But...
I don't either.
Sorry, so this is my first coffee of the day, but also I forgot to take my stimulant this morning, so you guys are just gonna have to deal with my ADHD.
It's fun. Yay. Nick was very upfront about his desires and his limits. He told Diane, I'm not divorcing my wife. I have no desire to divorce my wife. This is fun, but I'm staying with my wife, and I don't want kids in my life.
I mean, he's honest.
He was honest. He was upfront. He's a cheater,
No.
but he was upfront about stuff.
Yeah.
Say what you will about him. Diane hears that. She was like, oh, you don't want kids in your life? Okay.
Oh, no.
She became obsessed with this man. And it appears to most people that she took that statement to be, eliminate the children so we can be together.
Oh, God.
But she never said. He never even...
Yeah.
Like, that was never even a thought, you know? And he had been cross-examined. I mean, there's so many court testimonies from Nick, and none of them from either side ever could pull anything that would even show he was part of any planning or anything on this.
Because he's not a crazy person.
He's not. He's
like,
a cheater.
He's just a cheater, and he's honest about it.
Right. So...
It's just a case of, like, scorned woman or whatever, and then she wanted to be like, well, hey, I mean, I hate these kids, and you don't want them.
Oh,
so...
no. There's a reason. She doesn't hate them.
Oh.
She would never hurt them.
Oh.
She loves her children.
Oh. Well, obviously. My mistake. How could I be so blind?
I don't want to jump the gun here, but there's so many quotes from her that just make you want to be like, what? Huh? So, Nick and Diane both worked at the postal office. That's how they met.
Okay.
Just for fun. He was married, did not want children, told her that. He was a cheater, but he was not a killer. He never even noted anything like that. And Diane's like, not a problem. Cool.
Mm-hmm. See, this is why I don't trust women, by the way. Another example. Sorry.
One of the quotes from Diane's own mouth. Quote, you can't replace children, but you can replace the effect they give you. And children are so easy to conceive.
You can't replace children, but you can replace the effect that they give you. And they give me love, they give me satisfaction, they give me stability. They give me a reason to live and a reason to be happy. And that's gone. I took it from me.
The interviewer speaks.
Children are so easy to conceive.
She didn't
Wait,
have babies so she could love
Oh, they're
them.
so cute,
She had
too.
babies so they could love her.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, attention-seeking, deceiving. Yeah, she didn't have children because she wanted to have children because she wanted to create life and nurture new humans. She wanted unconditional love.
Mm-hmm.
She wanted the affection, the unconditional love, whatever.
She's a taker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the I hate to say this because not all young teenagers, right? But like the teens that like they get pregnant because they want something to love them unconditionally.
There's more we're gonna hear from Diane in a little bit, but you got a little glimpse of her and her affect and the interviewer. I just love her. Like she was trying so hard to be a professional. You could tell.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, huh? I'm not.
That's not a normal.
Is that really what you just said?
It's not. That's not. No.
Yeah. Let's.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Diane.
And like the look on her face too, like she was completely unfazed by what she was saying. Like she didn't even feel what she was saying. Like I felt like.
Yeah. So, what happened? Like, so we know. I've told you a little bit about her story.
Mm-hmm.
She's convinced that she's convincing everybody that there was a man with bushy hair, and he was having trouble on the road, and so I just pulled over to help him.
Yeah, I bet you did.
Because I'm such a good person.
I mean, can you imagine if social media had been a thing back then?
There's a thought on that too, because she gets really upset when she's like not blamed but told that she's causing this like media
storm.
No, like a media mosh pit basically. Like all the it's a frightening, astonishing, disgusting thing that a mom would shoot her own kids. And then she goes on and does interviews like this and she goes, I'm not causing this. You know, she's like really offended that someone would blame her for causing a media uproar. The media are hounding me. Basically, that's what she says. They're the ones hounding me. You caused this. You did.
Yeah.
Anyway, so it's always this like blame shifting of it's not me. Of the attention. You know, that kind of. Anyways, so what happened? Why was she even on this road at 10 p.m. with her 3 children in the car? She shouldn't have been there. It was a detour. It wasn't even the road she normally took that anyone would have taken to go from where she was to where she was going.
Okay.
It was 10 p.m. What sights are you seeing at 10 p.m.?
Yeah, like when you had me like imagining, like I was like 10 p.m. Like just look at the glorious darkness.
The dark, yeah, and go through the dark sight. I don't know.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Yeah,
like,
right. And it's a very rural area, i.e., out of the way. Nobody will come by. And then there is an eyewitness after the shooting.
Okay.
That noticed Diane was driving a little oddly. In that she was driving about 10 miles per hour.
Okay.
And so he flagged her down.
Whoa.
And was like, hey, you all right? He was like, whoa, bloody car.
Oh, so she already...
Things had already happened.
Okay.
You have dying children in the car. Someone has shot you and you're going 10 miles an hour?
Yeah, what? No, like you're speeding to the nearest
like,
hospital.
bat hell out of there.
Yeah.
Seriously. Because he was behind her and like, come on, lady. You know?
So what was she doing? Was she just like enjoying the
Yeah. There's a lot of speculation here because again, she has zero fault in it, right?
Yeah,
It's
oh.
not her fault. She didn't do anything. But
Guns kill people.
speculation is, oh, there's a great segment in a second, but the speculation is from prosecution side that one of the children, well, 2 of the children hadn't died. So she was taking her time to get to the hospital.
That's the worst thing I've ever heard.
So this guy is like, I'll follow you to the hospital to make sure you get there safe because she had been shot too, right?
Yeah.
She was shot in the left arm.
Like the left hand, like when you do.
Yes. Yeah.
Got it.
But all 3 children were shot in the chest region.
Oh gosh.
So if her story is true, that another person shot all 4 of them, why was she shot in the arm, but the children were all shot very similarly in their trunk area?
Yeah.
You know,
Do we know like how close range?
Okay, so jumping forward to like ballistics and stuff, ballistics show the shots came from inside the car.
Okay, so very close. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, so because I was thinking like, all right, an argument could be like, well, he like missed her chest and got her arm, but like if it was close, like inside the car, then obviously like he wouldn't have missed.
Right.
Like,
Or if there was a struggle, but there was no sign of a struggle, which is even worse. You know, the kids had no chance. But if I'm trying to put myself, if this was true, I'm on that side. If Diane is telling the truth, a man attacked me, shot my kids and me. I'm just gonna stand there while he does that? No.
Yeah.
Mama Bear comes out fast, and you get that incredible otherworldly strength. You tackle that MFer. I mean, he goes down.
Yeah.
And that's where that I give my life for my kids comes in very realistically.
Yeah.
There's no way there wouldn't be more signs of a fight if that were the case.
Yeah. This sounds open and shut.
You would think. So yeah, all the ballistics, like the trajectory of the bullets, again, it's the 80s, so there's not a whole lot of modern forensics and stuff that they've done.
Yeah,
but
like with Jeremy Van
exactly. But I'm thinking, I'm looking in my head, you know, seeing like those red rods, you know, they put through the bullet holes and stuff like that to see where things are going. In my head, that's what I see. Like, there's no way these bullets came from outside the car. That's almost a verbatim quote I remember reading from one of the court affidavits or one of the records. There's a lot of evidence clearly that suggests she's a liar.
Yeah.
And she did it.
Right.
So who are the victims? Because at the moment, 4 people have been shot. Right?
Right.
Diane in the arm, she's alive. She's fine. She's laughing and flirting with the nurses, by the way, at the hospital.
Flirting with the nurses?
Yeah. Disconnected completely about the children.
I mean, so there's like, there's shock, right? But like, I feel like flirting and like having like that kind of a like whatever, like that's not what you would like. If you're in shock, you're like not really talking, or if you are talking,
Right.
it's about like, I don't know. I feel like flirting is like you have to actually be actively doing
making that decision, right, to be flirty. Yeah. So Diane was shot. She's one of the victims, but she's alive. We have Cheryl, we have Christy, and we have Danny. Christy was the oldest. She was 8 years old,
Oh my God.
and she was shot twice. Cheryl was 7 years old, and bullets pierced her heart, lungs, and spleen.
Oh my God.
She is deceased. She died almost instantly, according to...
Yeah, I feel like that would be pretty lethal.
It wasn't immediate, but it was pretty darn close.
Okay.
And then Danny, 3 years old, bullets pierced his spinal cord and immediately paralyzed him chest down.
Oh wow.
He's alive, but cannot walk
He's alive.
to this day.
Okay, good. Okay.
So Christy and Danny survived with their lives.
Oh wow. Okay.
Cheryl did not.
Okay.
So Christy's statement, she was 9 years old when she was put on the witness stand.
So Cheryl didn't make it, but Christy did.
Correct.
Okay.
And her, like, damning statement for the whole case was she, being Diane, knelt down in the car and she shot Cheryl. Then she leaned over the back seat and she shot Danny. Then she shot me. End quote. And the defense tried to persuade the jury that this child had been brainwashed to believe that there was no bushy-haired man. That it was her mom that did it.
Brainwashed by who? What?
By the prosecution.
Oh.
That they had coached her into saying all of this.
Oh. Okay.
But then in earlier records from the hospital, when Danny, the 3-year-old that was shot and paralyzed...
That would be a witness tampering.
But when he was in the hospital still, he, like, just... what is that? Utterances, spontaneous utterances to the nurses saying, "Why did mommy do this to me?" That doesn't sound like a bushy-haired man did it.
Yeah.
And that's not a coach line from a prosecutor. He's still in the hospital. So there's several instances like that where it's like, well, they're just kids. They can't be trusted on the stand.
Yeah.
I trust kids more than I trust adults most of the time. Yeah.
Yeah. Like they tell the truth all the time.
We're the ones that are like, nah, they're lying because we lie. That we believe the children will lie because we lie. It's like, it's a learned thing. No, kids will be honest.
Yeah, no,
most
kids
of the
will
time.
just say. I mean, that's why they have this show, Kids Say the Darndest Things. I loved that show.
There's no reason to have a filter until you learn, oh, I shouldn't say that.
Yeah, you have to learn to have a filter.
Right.
Yeah.
You don't like me telling you what happened.
And why did mommy do this to me? That's such an innocent, pure thought to have, you know?
Yep.
And that reminds me of another case I will talk about, but yeah, anyway, just statement from a different kid in a different case, but we will get to that in May.
So, Diane is adamant. I don't even have a gun. And ballistics show they were all shot with a .22 pistol. It was a Ruger.
Didn't they test her hands for...
They did.
Okay. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of my brain.
But records show she had just purchased a .22 pistol. It's like, you can't... I don't understand people's logic, criminals' logic. When you're like, I can lie my way out of this.
I can just say that that's not true, even though you're showing the proof that it's true.
Stab, I didn't do it. Like, people, they have means to find things and whatever. It's like, it's not my gun. I don't have a gun. And so then they tried to pin it on Steve, ex-husband. Because remember, he has all those the domestic violence records with the gun issues when it's unloaded. So like, it's his gun and he has it, and he's not involved, by the way. They proved that.
Yeah, like he wasn't even there, so...
Right, but all of this, like, shifting the blame and all this stuff. Anyways, so constantly trying to, it's not me, I didn't do it, and blah, blah, blah. And one of the things she said while in the hospital, I gotta get the quote right because it's another like, what? It's a good one too. There's just so much. She was saying like, oh, it is what it is, haha, laughing and flirting with them. One point, Diane is quoted by one of the staff at the hospital saying, quote, "That really ruined my new car. Got blood all in the back of it."
Okay. I hate this woman.
I mean, she's detestable. She's such a character, though. She's so convinced people will believe her. Okay, I'm sorry. I can't with her. I just can't. I can't. So, in an interview, I need this one. Can you do your magic? Open that link for me, please. Okay, we have another short clip because I don't even want to read this quote to you. I need you to hear it from her own mouth.
Everybody says you sure were lucky. Well, I don't feel very lucky. I couldn't tie my damn shoes for about 2 months. It is very painful. It is still painful. The scar is going to be there forever.
The interviewer's just like, I don't know what to do with this.
I was very lucky. I think my kids were lucky. If I had been shot the way they were, we all would have died.
What?
Look at the interview, though.
That's my face.
Yep. I couldn't tie my damn shoes for 2 months. I don't feel very lucky.
I don't have words
Yep.
for that. But yeah, I think the interviewer here is all of us right now. Okay, so mom who didn't really like being a mom.
Oh no, she loved being a mom. So much. She got pregnant again while in prison. Mm-hmm. Because, get this, she was so lonely and she missed Cheryl. So she just got pregnant.
By who? How? Like, okay. Okay. So here's another thing about prisons, okay? So I understand conjugal visits are a thing, right? I get it. But if you are in prison for shooting your children, you should not be allowed to
procreate.
Like, have the ability to procreate.
I am in agreement with you.
Because where is that kid now? What's that kid doing?
Her name is Becky.
Okay.
And she's also been interviewed by like Oprah and things like that.
There
is a silver lining, I promise, at the end. It hopefully will warm the cockles of your heart. But Becky is alive and well.
Okay, good.
Okay, so can you take us back to the document, please?
Yes.
We're almost done because Diane, she goes to prison.
Okay,
she's convicted. The jury sees right through her lies. She's convicted on
obviously
all accounts. And she's astounded, by the way. She's like, me? Didn't do it. Anyways, she's convicted. She's
the one who should be anchoring the news. Anyway, sorry to bring us back to that.
So she's charged with the murder of Cheryl and attempted murder of Danny and Christy. Jury finds her guilty. So, continues to this day to deny. She's written a book, by the way.
Oh.
No, we're not going to read it. I refuse to give her money. No, I'm not. She's offended by even the mere thought that people think she's guilty. She has
I just find it fascinating. Like, I want to read it from like an anthropology perspective.
That's okay. One of the files I found, the documents, there was like writing all over it and underlined. I was like, who's annotating on this? It was her. And I was like, makes so much sense. It was like, not true. And
my God.
Lies really big. And I was like, this has to be the defense, right? And at the bottom, it's her like inmate number and everything. I was like, okay, well, that makes sense. Anyways, the surviving children, Christy and Danny, were adopted by the prosecutor.
Oh.
At the end, yeah. I thought, oh. So in 1986, they were both adopted together.
Yay.
By the prosecuting lawyer.
Oh.
Yeah. So I thought that was the like, aw. And then in 1987, guess what? Diane escapes prison.
Oh, good. Oh, excellent.
And this one's even better because she uses a ladder
A ladder, huh?
Just scale a fence. Just leaves. Who leaves a letter in a jail yard?
And who's not monitoring? Like a ladder, like that's a big thing.
That's asking for
to
jailbreak.
carry.
Here, prisoners, just
Like-
play it. So she's on the run for 10 days.
Okay.
And her goal was to make it to California. Remember, she's in Oregon. I know you don't know anything about...
I don't know what Oregon is.
So, if you're unfamiliar with our country and the states, Oregon is on the far west coast. It's north of California. And so she's like, I'm going to make it to California. Don't know what her thoughts were there, but she's going to make it to California. She didn't.
Mm-hmm.
They caught up with her in Salem, Oregon.
I didn't know there was a Salem, Oregon either.
Yeah, I thought Salem was in Massachusetts, but I guess there's more than one.
Yeah, they have multiple Parises
That's true.
all over, so
That
yeah.
is true. Anyway, so she's re-caught, then put in like a really high security
Yeah.
unit. So don't try to escape prison if you ever get caught doing something wrong, because then it's worse for you. So she already has life sentences, right, for the murders and attempted murders, and then they just tack on more consequences.
Okay.
So your life sucks while it already sucks.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
Anyways, so idiot.
Well, she thought she could escape. She thought she could make it to California.
1988, Oprah interviews Diane from prison.
What? Why?
Because
Why give her
because
any more airtime?
because
Why?
it's a fascinating case of what were you thinking? We're drawn to the macabre and unthinkable. Why do you think we have this podcast, Lisa? That's why. So Oprah interviews Diane from prison
Okay.
and asked her, "Why'd you get pregnant?"
Yeah, like why even, I mean,
So this is her response, quote, "I missed my kids. I had just seen Christy on the 2nd of October, and it's like opening a wound and pouring salt
wait a
in."
minute, wait a minute. Christy was visiting her?
I guess so.
Why?
Don't know.
Sorry, I'm like baffled. Like, what do you mean you just saw Christy? Like, they allowed that?
It's kind of, I mean, I imagine it being similar in the sense of caliber, anyways, of maybe. I'm really trying here. Trying to give her some credit. I don't, like, the murderer of your sister, you go visit to hopefully reconcile for yourself. To let it go? I don't know.
Oh.
I know she's just a kid, but something, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah.
It's
maybe
completely
she-
me thinking, but
I mean, she's still her mom, so I guess I can kind of see, like, I want to see my mom.
and as
I don't know.
oh, it sucks so much. Foster parents.
I got a thing.
Maybe she saw Christy on TV. Oh, look
Oh.
at you, big brain. I like it.
Uh-huh. Okay.
There you go. That's so
Okay.
smart.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, 'cause she would have seen, probably on TV in prison, the interview or something, because they play, like, a news
That's
channel
true,
on
like
there.
clips and stuff.
Like when David was in prison, 50 Cent was like, put me on ABC, 7 a.m. He's going to see my face. He's going to see my face.
So, she was like, I was extremely lonely, and this is still Diane speaking, beyond belief and beyond explanation. On October 13th, I just went and got pregnant because I was so lonely.
Just went and got pregnant.
Went and got pregnant.
It just,
It's that easy.
it's just, I just went, and there wasn't even a dude involved.
I just
You
decided,
know? I mean, hey, maybe immaculate conception number 2 over here. I don't know.
not
Yeah.
on her. So that was
Anybody
from
for her.
Oprah Winfrey, 1988, I'm sorry. Yep. She has some wild, not Oprah, Diane. She has some wild one-liners. Just went and got pregnant. So easy to conceive. I couldn't tie my damn shoes for 2 months. I don't feel her. Anyways, okay. So she read a book. It's called Best Kept Secrets, if you're really interested. I'm not going to.
Best kept secrets?
Yep. She
What does that mean?
I just don't, I'm not going to give her any money.
I wish
I'm not.
I wish there was a way to, like, download books.
Like, pirate them.
I mean, I'm not doing anything illegal.
I hear nothing.
Yeah. Mhm.
So
Phone,
2025.
are you? Don't listen.
2025. Diane is denied for the 4th time,
Okay.
the roll.
Good.
Nobody's letting her out.
Good.
So that's that. Here's I wrote a little paragraph at the end here as my closing thoughts. I put, no man or woman is worth this. So her whole thing was because of Nick. She eliminated the problem, the obstacle, because she wanted to be with Nick, who didn't want children in his life, which is perfectly fine. If that's your decision, great.
You're the mom. Your kids come first all the time, 100% of the time.
Not for her.
I know, but like, it should be that way. Like, if a dude says, I don't want kids in my life, then you move on.
Okay, then that should have been the end of that.
You move on.
Yeah.
You find, I mean, I understand needing some time to get over Knickerbocker, whatever.
But that shouldn't have been, that should have been the end of the conversation.
Yeah.
Goodbye. Nice knowing you.
Yeah. Because you have kids. And you're not going to not have them unless you're a crazy psychopath who gets rid of...
Because it's so easy to conceive.
It's just the selfishness.
But it should not have happened. There were so many alternative endings that included Cheryl. If she really just wanted to pursue men, Diane could have severed parental rights to her children so they could be adopted by a family who wanted them. Diane's family could have Baker acted her, where she could have received the mental health help she needed to be a present mother.
Yeah.
So many possible futures, and she chose selfish evil.
Yeah, like, you don't snuff out a life just because, like, oh, they're kind of cramping my style. Like...
I don't...
Like, they're supposed to crimp her style. That's
their job.
That's the deal.
That's
that's
their job.
the deal. That's the thing. The deal is you decide to create life. You decide to bring children into the world. They're going to cramp your style for a bit.
Yep.
My style is very much cramped all the time. Okay?
For 18 years. Plus.
But I love it, and it, you know.
It's part of the job title.
Just.
So, Diane has been diagnosed with several disabilities of the mental state. She denies them all.
Of course.
One of them being...
I'm perfectly mentally healthy. Any mentally healthy person would shoot their kids to get with Knickerbocker. Anybody would do that.
It's natural.
Duh.
It's so natural.
Yeah, it's just like breathing.
The one we haven't discussed on any of our episodes yet is histrionic personality disorder. So and that's one that she is or has been diagnosed with by professional psychiatrists. And I'm curious to hear your thoughts on it, and anybody in the chat, because I have thoughts on it.
Okay.
But I'm going to read you a little bit from my beautiful DSM-5, histrionic personality disorder. So diagnostic criteria is a pervasive pattern of excessive emotionally and attention-seeking beginning by early adulthood and present in a variety of contexts as indicated by 5 or more of the following.
Okay.
1 is uncomfortable in situations where he or she is not the center of attention. Check. 2, interaction with others is often characterized by inappropriate, sexually seductive or provocative behavior.
Like flirting with the nurses?
Hospital. Check. Yep.
Check.
While her children are dying. 3, displays rapidly shifting and shallow expression of emotions. Yeah, I would say so based off what we've seen and what we know.
Mm-hmm.
4, consistently uses physical appearance to draw attention to self. She liked to flaunt her pregnant belly in the prisons.
Gross.
5, has a style of speech that is excessively impressionistic and lacking in detail. I'm not sure about that one so much, but...
Yeah, what does that mean?
Probably, like, you really put on a fake affect while you're talking to people to get, that kind of thing.
Oh, I can see that in interviews. Cause, it didn't feel like she was just chatting with a friend.
Like a normal cadence,
it seemed like she was, like, putting on a show.
Right.
Like the Diane show.
And lacking in detail, so I don't know about that. But yeah, I mean, I can see that impressionistic. 6 shows self-dramatization, theatricality. I don't know why that one hard for me. And exaggerated expression of emotion. She has some really weird photos of her looking almost demonic, where her eyes are real hooded, and she's like, I don't know.
Is this the not intentionally person?
No, that's Sarah Boone.
Oh, okay.
That's Sarah Boone.
Oh, I did get that name right. Okay, sorry. I thought I completely missed the mark. I was just talking about a different lady. Okay.
No, that's her. Is suggestible, easily influenced by others or circumstances. Possibly. She's kind of the suggesting one, but yeah. 8 considers relationships to be more intimate than they actually are. Like maybe interpreting Nick's statement of, I don't want kids in my life, to be like, kill your kids so we can be together.
Yeah. Nick clearly, he wants me so badly. I just happen to have these little crotch goblins that I hate.
They're in the way of us.
Yeah.
So, I'm convinced they got it right on the mark with her for this histrionic personality disorder.
Yeah, that sounds...
It sounds so similar to me to narcissistic personality disorder in a lot of ways. So I was curious what you thought. She has not been diagnosed narcissistic.
Okay. I mean, she definitely has narcissistic traits. Agreed.
I just thought that was interesting because a lot of those are similar in that, look at me and, you know, I'm putting on a show to get attention and that kind of stuff. Very narcissistic tendencies. The histrionic part shows that as well. So I just thought that was interesting. And we hadn't talked about histrionic yet. So I wanted to bring that one in.
Well, so now I'm thinking, like, maybe narcissism is more, you're just, like, I feel like everything that she did was, like, outside of herself, like, trying to put on a show for, like, other people, whereas narcissism, I feel like that's just, like, you believe that you're above everyone else, and you believe that you're God's gift to the world.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, she was just about her appearance to other people. So maybe that's the difference.
Okay, so more intro versus intra?
Yeah, but I mean, it's so for her, I feel like it would be really hard to, like, get inside her personal, like, thoughts. Like, she probably,
Diane?
Yeah, she probably wouldn't be open at all about that kind of stuff. Whereas a narcissist would be like, I'm amazing,
and
you
truly
know?
believe.
Yeah, and really believe that.
That extraordinary.
Yeah, so I can see that now.
The other one that she was diagnosed as was antisocial personality disorder, formerly known as dissociative. I forget what it used to be called. Anyways, this one's a fun one. Because I think a lot of people get not misdiagnosed, but people say, like, oh, you must have antisocial personality. And
I'm so sick of people that, like, self-diagnose either themselves or other people. Like, I mean, I get it. It's, like, the age of TikTok, so everybody's like, I'm autistic too, but, like...
Everybody's autistic. It's a spectrum, right?
Like, there's... You have to be diagnosed with a thing. You can't just, like...
That's me too. I agree with all of that. That's me. Yeah, go to the doctor. Go to a doctor.
Yeah, if you really care about this, go seek a professional,
I'm just reading from a book. I'm not a professional. So this one, I'm not going to read the whole thing, but antisocial personality disorder, some of these things that I really think there's a lot of diagnostic criteria that she really binds to. A pervasive pattern of disregard for and violation of the rights of others, occurring since age 15 or blah, blah, blah. Failure to conform to social norms with respect to lawful behaviors. I don't know, like escaping prison or killing your children.
Killing your children, yeah.
Okay. Deceitfulness.
Yeah, like these laws don't apply to me. Yeah.
Yeah. Deceitfulness, impulsivity, reckless disregard for safety of self or others, consistent irresponsibility, lack of remorse.
Yeah.
So, again, spot on.
Yeah.
Those are the two main ones that are consistently in all of the documents and things that come up about mental diagnoses of Diane Downs that were actually performed by psychiatrists that saw her and tested her. And she refuses to accept any of it. But that's Diane Downs. She's still alive and kicking in prison and still fighting, obviously, for her parole and still getting denied.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, there's no way she can get out of prison. Wait, so Becky was born in prison, and then how did that work? How did that go down? She was just fostered out, or what?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But she's well and good and happy.
Yeah. Yep. And I think you gotta be an extra kind of strong to be born from those circumstances.
Yeah.
To know what your mother is or your father, whomever, because that happens more than the public knows, kind of thing.
Yeah, and I'd be, like, if I was Becky, I'd be really scared that I inherited.
Yeah.
Like any of the stuff that my
Mhm.
mom, had. Like I mean,
Mm-hmm.
because that shit gets passed down.
Well, and that's, yeah, shoot. Well, then I think of, Danny. I think of, all of them, but Danny lives with a daily reminder because he can't walk because of what she did to him, And heaven forbid, I mean, he's a grown adult, obviously, by now. It happened in the 80s, but, he grew up, and kids are mean anyways going through school, but adults even, or when you're getting to know people, it's like, oh, how'd you end up like that?
Yeah.
Having to, shoot, I don't know, if you come up with a story just to not have to relive that one,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know?
You can see the other guy. Yeah.
Right. Oh, my mom shot me.
Yeah. I mean, if you want people to stop asking questions, that's what you say.
Yeah, my mom tried to kill me.
Yeah. Shot me and my siblings in the car.
Yeah.
And then now I can't walk. My
Any other
sister's
questions?
dead.
Make it real awkward for
Yeah,
you.
like, anything else you want to know?
Aye. So that is Diane Downs.
Downs. Well, my goodness.
Yep. Thanks for hanging out with us
Yeah,
for that
thanks
one.
for hanging
Happy
out.
Mother's Day. It's coming up.
Yeah, almost Mother's Day. And then I'm excited to talk about this. I mean, there's like a case that I especially after this one, like I know exactly the mom I want to talk about.
Awesome.
Yeah.
We appreciate all of you.
Yes, thank you so much for hanging out. And if you remember to subscribe and to like this stream so that other people can find us and it helps us out. And
We'll see you next week.
bye.
Bye. Oh, don't forget the merch.
Oh yeah.
Hang out with
Buy
us.
some merch.
Buy some merch.
Yeah.
We got some good merch.